Oh, hi there, Michael. You're right.
I'm good, thanks. Are you?
Yeah, I'm not bad. Just wondering, are you any good at accents?
Yeah, I'll give it a go, yeah.
Oh, well, are you fancy for the... Do you fancy having a go at the accent challenge?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Well, let's do this. Right, so I'm going to start this off having a go at the Geordie because you've just told me something now. I want you to tell everyone, all your viewers out there, how was your tapas earlier?
Oh, it was absolutely disgusting. it was alright. There was croquettes, whatever you call them, and they were had a ham or bacon in them. They were nice, and there was potatoes with the sauce. It wasn't a tomato sauce. They were okay, but then Andrew got me some pig's ears, and he told me they were pork crackling, and they weren't pork crackling. They were pig's ears, and he told me after I ate them. So I was after, I won't ever touch them ever again. So yeah.
So a mixed experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way this accent challenge is going to work is I'm going to read you, you're going to pick out an accent, I'm then going to read you a question in that accent, and you have to respond to that question in that accent.
Okay.
We're starting with slightly more credible questions, and then it's going to be a bit more silly.
Right, okay.
So, when you're ready, pick out your first accent.
Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
From Yorkshire.
Okay. So, Sir Michael, let's go right back to the start. How would you describe your experience on All Together Now?
It's been absolutely... I can't even do it. I'm trying to think of Holly Tandy's accent. It's been absolutely amazing. Why can't you do it again? Do the accent.
Right, so just tell me about your experience.
It's been absolutely amazing. It's been amazing from the start. I can't even do it. I'm off to shop. I can't do it. It's been absolutely amazing. It's been absolutely from the start to the finish.
All right. Very insightful. Thank you for that. That were great. All right, next accent.
Where's the cup gone?
We've lost the cup.
Jamaican.
Right. So, Michael, am I right in thinking you've been spending a lot of time in London recently?
Yes, it's a bit... Yes, I've been in London quite a lot, and I might ask that.
You are, man.
I've been in London for a couple of months now. It's been absolutely amazing.
And how's it been, shuttling between your hometown Hartlepool and London?
It's been... I love London. I love this game. Honestly.
All right.
It's so nice to go home and see my family. Honestly.
Back in Jamaica.
I'm back in Jamaica.
Right. Fantastic, man. Right. I think we're ready for the next accent now, man.
Hey, I'm terrible at this. Thought it'd be good. I was done Yorkshire. Liverpool.
Right. So, my question for you would be, what were you like as a young child?
It's been... What did you say?
What were you like as a young child?
Well, I've always been... let me get the accent right. This is how we get into it. I'm going to Mackie D's for the Big Mac, right? Right. So growing up... Can't even do it. So growing up as a child... Can't do it, that's so terrible.
That's good.
I never thought I'd be doing this, as a scout, the accent. Honestly, I'm so terrible. You're really good at this.
But your personality?
Yeah, it's been... trying to do that little... I've always... I can't even do it in the accent anymore. Well, I've always been like this. Some Welsh, don't I?
Well, practice for that one.
Well, I've always been this bubbly, happy person, so...
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah, me too.
Right, let's get cracking on.
Right. Cracking.
Cracking.
Get cracking on. Spanish.
Right, so we are in Madrid, so let's make the most of this experience. So my next question for you, Mikael, is what 3 things would you take with you if you were stranded on a desert island, and why?
What would I take if I was on a desert island?
Correct.
Correct. I would take.
Dear.
I would take. Water.
What?
I'd take. Do it again. Water. How do you do it?
Water.
Water. So I would take water.
Very good choice.
Yeah, water. I would take Oreos. I like Oreos. And I would take my phone, even though there'd be nowhere to charge it.
This would not last very long.
I would take a battery pack.
Oh, very clever, very clever. Right, I think we move on now.
Right. Next one. I need like a London. I'm good at London. French. Bonjour.
Okay, so my question for you is about the cuisine. And if you were on MasterChef, what 3-course meal would you cook?
I would cook. I really like mince and dumplings.
What's that, sorry?
Mince and dumplings.
Mince and dumplings.
Mince and gravy and dumplings. Well, just sound like that person of Gavin and Stacey. All right, Vanessa. Sunday dinner. And
To clarify for the international viewers, what is a Sunday dinner?
a Sunday dinner is chicken and mashed potato and vegetables and gravy and Yorkshire puddings.
Yorkshire puddings.
Yorkshire
And
puddings.
le dessert?
For dessert, I would have chocolate fudge cake.
Delicious, very delicious. Right, we have the next one, please.
A slug.
Show that to the camera. Yeah, I just put a snail in because I thought it'd be funny, but yeah, we can move on now. I don't know why I did that.
Russian.
Okay, I have very difficult question for you. What do you do in your free time other than the singing?
In my free time, I like to go out with my friends, and I like to drive my car, and
Is it the expensive car?
no, it's just a Duke, and and I like to have sensible drinks in pubs.
Sensible drink, yes.
Sensible drinks in pubs.
You like vodka?
Yeah, vodka, Russian vodka, love it.
Yes. Очень хорошо. Okay, we have next one.
We have next one. Scottish.
Right, so like, my question for you now is like, before you competed on Come Together now, like, what was your life like? What were you doing?
I was just busking. I can't do Welsh accent. So before I lived in Scotland,
Hey.
Before I lived in Scotland.
Do you live in Scotland now?
No.
Oh.
Just before that's how we're getting my accent. Just before I lived in Scotland, I used to busk on the streets and work at McDonald's. McDonald's. Before that,
All right.
and that was.
Was that fun? Were you enjoying life? Was that a good crack?
Not as good as this. Not as good as this experience.
I can imagine.
It was very cold on the streets. Yeah. In Scotland.
Well, I'm glad you're not on the streets anymore. Glad you're
I'm in
fine.
hotels now.
Yeah. Right, so would you like to pick out the next one for us, please?
My fingers won't fit in. Very good. German. Ich heiße Michael Rice.
Ah, super toll.
Don't know
Oh,
what
okay. I said this is very good. Very good.
She's
Okay.
very good.
So my question now, because I know she has worked here. Okay, no, forget this. have you, because so your songwriter is amongst others John Lundvik, yeah. So have you met him at all? Don't laugh, please. This is serious.
Yes, very serious. I have met John Lundvik 2 times.
Yeah, and how was it working with him? Did you have good time? Is he a nice person?
Yes, he's a nice person. He is very nice and very kind, and he knows loads of advice. Yes.
This is fantastic.
Yes, very fantastic.
Okay, fantastisch.
Fantastic.
Fantastisch. Okay, so can we now go to the next one? Do stop laughing. This is not funny. This is a serious interview.
Very serious. Southern posh.
Right, so
like
Michael, we are being serious. We're talking about traveling, darling.
Yes, darling.
So my question for you is, if you could only travel to 3 more countries in your life, where would you go, and tell me why would you go?
Darling, I would travel to Florida. I would travel to Florida, and I would then travel.
Wait, no, you have to tell me why, darling.
Oh, right. I don't know why. I just think it'd be absolutely incredible to fly to Florida. I would also love to visit Africa to see the giraffes and the elephants. And I would love to visit... I would really love to visit... I don't actually know. I would love to visit Australia. Yes. I really like Australia. I've seen I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here, so I would really love to go there. Yes.
Would you ever compete in I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here?
I don't think I'd be good enough because I can't even eat pig's ears, so I don't think I could eat a spider.
Very sensible. I'm with you on that
Very
one.
sensible idea.
Okay, let's see what we've got next in the bowl for us, shall we?
Country farmer, West Country farmer.
Alright, and so my question for you is, like, what is the funniest thing that's happened to you whilst you've been on your promo tour for Eurovision? Or you can name a few if you can't think of one, it's alright.
Alright, so the funniest thing that I... No, I'm doing Cockney, aren't I? So right, it's only Danny Day. So right, the funniest thing that I've... can't even do it. Is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me, right, is last night I done a dodgy note and I came back off that stage and I just laughed my little arse off. It was so funny.
You know what, I didn't have any clue about that. You kept very secret.
Yeah, it was just so funny to me.
Well, I'm glad you can laugh about
Thank
it.
you, mate. Thank you very much.
Alright then, shall we see what we've got left, shall we?
We've got one more.
One more?
One more.
We'll have to make some up on the spot then.
Italian.
Right, question I have. How do you prepare yourself before you enter the stage? Something special, something, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I listen to music before I go on. Or I just chill out, maybe. Maybe eat a pizza or pasta or something like that. Yeah.
You actually sit behind the stage, you eat the pizza and the pasta, or are you just being Italian?
No, we just been Italian, but normally yesterday we had a burger before I went on, so...
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
delicious.
Yeah, there's no point singing on an empty stomach, darling.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to choose the last one for you, because we've run out, is that right?
Yeah,
And I'm going to do the accent that you've kept accidentally doing. So we're from Wales, if you can't notice.
I won't be able to do it now.
And yes, this is very possible. I struggle too. And my last question for you is, could you please describe yourself in 3 words? 2 must be positive, and you must have 1 negative.
Okay. So... So I'm very... I can't do it now. I'm doing something totally different. What is it? Vanessa, Gavin and Stacey. Right. I'm bubbly. No, I can't even do it now. I'm so... We'll do it. Right, you would say bubbly. How do you say bubbly?
I'm bubbly.
I'm bubbly. very funny at times. At times, and one negative.
Correct.
I never shut up. I never stop talking.
Yes, I can agree. Yeah.
I can agree. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was very fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Amazing.
Thank you very much for participating in the accent challenge with us. And who knows, maybe we can try it again sometime, see if we find any new accents. Practice your Taiwanese accent. All right, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
See you later, guys. Bye.